everybody. Today is Wednesday, the 26th of July, 2023. It's about 9:45 a.m. Central Standard Time, so this is when I'm recording. I haven't had any news broadcasts on since 9 a.m. because I needed to get camera ready. Please remember that as a psychic, clairvoyant, clairaudient, I make these videos, so everything is for entertainment purposes only. Do your own research, form your own opinions. I'm just telling you what I get, what impressions I'm getting off of certain news articles that I have observed over the past 36 hours or so. And I do have a special announcement at the end, so please listen to everything. Now that we've got the legalities out of the way, yes, I caught something. I guess the woke fools are trying to scare people into following their ridiculous warnings. Well, now they're telling people that if you don't cut back and do what we say, the city of London will be out of potable water. They're saying within 10-20 years there will be no water in the UK. Folks, I lived in Saudi Arabia. Guess what ran through the pipes in the modern buildings? Desalinated water. So if you think you're going to run out of water in the streams and nonsense, the UK, England, and Scotland and Wales, you're an island. You're not that far from the ocean or the sea. So you start building desalination plants to fix your water supply. How stupid are these woke fools? They are incredibly, willfully ignorant of the realities of life. I'm just shaking my head at it. And yeah, the lights are kind of dark today because we've got a thunderstorm blowing through. You know, we're supposed to have 90 plus degree weather and thunderstorms, so let's just keep going, keep on. Now, I want to hold, yeah, let me get my marker so I can check off what I've talked about, because we've got some stuff that I want to collate and put in together. Let me move the camera a bit. Okay, that's better. We're seeing the news that I guess Barry Sotero's, this guy that cooked for him when he was living on Pennsylvania Avenue, now worked for him at his house in Martha's Vineyard. Well, the guy supposedly was out paddleboarding, and while paddleboarding in the Atlantic Ocean, he crossed the Rainbow Bridge. My question is, the guy was only in 8 feet of water. Martha's Vineyard is a really big vacation spot, and there's normally people on that beach nearly 24/7. So even if it's a private beach, there's people walking around. Is this similar to, did this guy see something that shouldn't be made for public consumption? I mean, back in the O's, there was a National Enquirer story that showed Barry playing tonsil hockey with a white dude, and that I managed to snag a copy, and then when I went back to get more, they had all been pulled out, and this was in the Chicago area. Hopefully, my copy got stolen from me. I hope somebody held onto it and maybe one day can put it up online so other people can see it. So, yeah, but this guy, his former chef, you know, people who work as domestic servants and for the richy rich people, they basically see and hear everything. So maybe this chef saw monkey business going on between Barry and his supposed wife, and I use that term wife very questionably. So this guy probably knew what was really going on with him, and so they decided, like Kill Bill and Hillary, to get rid of him. Yeah, not good, not good. Okay, the rest, okay, something, okay, the dude that owns, what is it, the Tottenham Hotspur soccer team, Joe Lewis. Right now he can't come into the U.S. because he's under total investigation for insider trading. Just like Martha Stewart. Through situations when you're out in a social situation or a company meeting, you might hear certain things and then you get it passed on to certain friends. Yeah. Stuff, he's passing on stuff he shouldn't be. A long time ago, I did date this Jordanian guy, and he always used to say, don't ever trust a Turk. He hated the Turks to no end. And now it's kind of ironic that Turkey is refusing certain ships, especially the military kind, to pass through the Dardanelles. Yeah, go back and look at your history. The Dardanelles are very important. It's basically a body of water, and they're refusing military ships to go pass through this body of water, and they're also refusing certain freighters carrying certain things for trade. So it's like this guy told me, he goes, don't trust the Turks. So this is what Turkey is now doing. Okay. Now we've all heard that the 2024 Summer Olympics are supposed to take place in Paris. Well, yesterday I listened to the woke NPR radio, National Public Radio, which is very, very woke, very socialist. And yeah, I do my walk. I do my what I'm supposed to. I do what I'm supposed to be doing for my RSD, and I've got this little MP3 player that I have my music on, but it also picks up local FM radio stations. So most of the FM radio plays music. So I scroll down and I listen to National Public Radio, which is very woke and gives wow, did you hear that? Thunderclap. NPR gives a very woke opinion of the news, but they did make comments that now, for the 2024 Olympics that are going to be held in Paris, some of the events are going to be done using the Seine River. Now, for years, the river Seine we've seen is the water was considered toxic, polluted, dangerous, and now they say it is clean enough for Olympic athletes to like swim in, boat in, diving competitions. Yeah, it's real questionable. And then also the Olympic Committee is stating that athletes from certain countries will be able to participate, but they can't show the flag of their home country, and their country's national anthem cannot be played if they win a medal, especially the gold medal. So while they're on the podium receiving their gold medal, the Olympic flag will be raised and the Olympic anthem will be played for them. Didn't something like this happen way back in the early 90s? So basically we can see what side of the political stance the Olympic Committee is supporting. Yeah. Too many crickets. Yeah. Yeah, they're working on the unit upstairs from me, so if you hear pounding, that's them. If you hear thunderclaps, that's the weather. There goes another one. Okay, something that's not being talked about, I had to dig for this. Down in Ecuador, they're having a lot of battles, gang warfare in their prisons. Now, a lot of the prisons are filled with people who are caught for illegal substance manufacture and trafficking. So in the prisons there, they really have had a lot of internal struggles, so they've had to bring in extra people to stop it. And another rumor is that the real troublemakers, they're now dropping off. They're basically providing transportation for them and dropping them off at the Rio Grande. Yep. Yeah, the guys that are causing the big fights in the Ecuadorian prisons, they're being removed and brought north to the Rio Grande, so they can come and get free everything here in the United States. I hope people realize that those wetbacks, they aren't searched. So we know that they probably have strapped to their bodies kilos upon kilos of stuff that here in North America is highly illegal, which is basically causing party favors for certain people they're bringing in. Something that's hit the news, people are now seeing that a lot of people who followed Tony Fauci's advice and the WHO's advice by getting the whatchamacallit. Well, one of the big stars, basketball player, his kid, they call him Bronny, kind of had his heart go kaput during BB practice. Yeah, the kid had the whatchamacallit. So, yeah, it's coming up more and more people who've had multiple of the whatchamacallit are dropping like flies or being diagnosed with all sorts of wacko medical conditions. So, yeah, it's kind of ironic that it's happening. And of course, it was these athletes who are held in esteem of some of the most woke idiots. Payback is really a bite in the shorts, dudes. You push this stuff onto people and said, oh, go get it, go get it. And now you're losing your offspring. Gee, payback's a bite in the shorts. Even more is that the parents of these woke brats that like to go down, who like to go out and burn, loot, murder people, their parents are now supporting Jason Aldean's songs. Yeah, there's been a big stink because it calls out the stupid behavior. I mean, the song is about living in a small community where everybody knows each other, everybody takes care of each other. They don't care. A small, tight-knit community doesn't care what color you are, what your complexion is. They know that if somebody needs help, the community comes together and helps out. Unless it's a woke community. Well, if you're woke, suckers, if you don't agree with their politics, you might as well have a ticket on the Titanic or that little sub called Titan. Okay? But yeah, it's been just like Bud Light. A television network is now going down the tubes because they banned the video. And if you go to other sources, the video is breaking records all over the place. So, yeah, it's ironic that the parents and the grandparents of the woke fools are some of the biggest supporters of Jason Aldean, while their offspring and grandkids are throwing the biggest hissy fits. So I think so ironic. Now, I'll get started on the Big Red Sea and the donkey patties. Okay? Right now, Bobby Jr. is going out and literally calling people out on all their stupid behavior. And he's actually telling the truth about the donkey political party. Well, now the donkeys are trying to put extreme pressure on all sorts of public media to shut Bobby Jr. down. You see, the evil people don't want the truth out there. And one of the first things they do is shut down freedom of speech and don't want people talking. Go back. Look at your real history of Germany in the 1930s. Anyone who didn't like what Adolf was saying was either sent over the Rainbow Bridge or put into a work camp where they work you so much that you do cross over the Rainbow Bridge. So yes, the donkey people don't like it that Bobby Jr. is speaking the truth about them. So let's keep, if you can, keep listening to this guy. I mean, I know the Kennedys have a bad rep in a lot of places, especially the one that's running Lucasfilm, who's a complete idiot. There's how much longer to her contract, and then Disney can dump her? And George Lucas is cringing every time he sees her nonsense. But yeah. But yeah, listen to Bobby Jr. He's old enough, he knows a lot more than what a lot of other people are saying. Now, we know that the Jojo admin is doing a lot of stupid things. One of them is, yes, they keep letting the wetbacks in. And now, what is it? Representative Tom Tiffany, he's an elephant from Wisconsin, is calling out that the wetbacks are bringing in massive amounts of party favors that the kids adore taking. And because these party favors aren't manufactured under the correct guidelines, a lot of these kids are crossing the Rainbow Bridge from illegal party favors that are being brought in right in front of the Jojo administration. Yeah. And something else I caught, I haven't talked about her in the past few days, but it's amazing. Does everybody realize that Jilly Poo, the woman that's supposed to be home right now taking care of Jojo and their vicious dog Commander, she's actually out enjoying a wonderful European vacation. I guess she's getting in as much travel as possible before Jojo is 25. Yeah, right now, Jilly Poo, she went over supposedly to give a speech for the United Nations, and most recently, she was spotted taking a tour out in this town that is really far away from Paris, taking a tour of Mont Saint-Michel. Google it. You can see it's a big tourist attraction. And Jilly Poo is taking private tours of all these interesting tourist sites, all for free, because she's married to Jojo. I think she should be home, basically taking her little vicious doggie who likes to bite Secret Service personnel. I guess what this dog has had, 10 bites? He's bitten a Secret Service officer over 10 times, different guys over more than 10 times in the past 4 months. So it's, yeah, another example how Jojo's admin ignores everything that Jojo, his family, even his dog, they can do anything they want without any repercussions. Anyone else who has a dog that takes a snip at somebody, their dog is then taken, held in quarantine, and if it doesn't pass a certain protocol, the doggie is sent over the Rainbow Bridge. But this dog called Commander, which I think is ironic. Yeah, I think the dog is the real commander-in-chief. This dog can do whatever it darn well pleases, and nothing's going to happen to it. Just like the egg that grew up, the egg that was fertilized with Jojo's swimmer, has now grown up into. Now, now that we're getting onto Jojo's offspring, Hunter, I guess his real on paper business partner, this guy, Devin Archer, I think I'm going to start calling him Canary. Because, and no offense to the gentleman who played, what's his face? The actor who played Dream Curley in the movie Oklahoma. And he also played Palmer Cortland on the soap opera All My Children. So we've got Devin the Canary, singing at the top of his lungs about all sorts of stuff. I think he's doing it in exchange for complete immunity And then once the judicial process is finished with Hunter and Jojo, Devin the canary is going to mysteriously disappear on paper. He'll be sent to live out the rest of his life in safety. Okay? And Devin the canary is kind of kicking back and confirming the fact that Jojo keeps changing his stories. So all this information that Jojo says, we have to listen to every single word. First he was saying, I have nothing to do with my son's businesses. I know nothing about them. But now more and more evidence is coming out. And this morning, I haven't looked at it yet. But we know that Hunter is going in to deal with his plead for mercy. And what is he going to give up in order to get off with a slap in the hand, maybe community service? The IRS whistleblowers are like, whoa, revealing so much information about the businesses. And even now, it was announced the other day, within the past 24 hours, it was announced that Hunter's attorneys, this is all allegedly, it's all for your entertainment, folks. Allegedly, Hunter's attorneys pretended to be elephant attorneys. And they called up the judge that's in charge of Hunter's going to go in and grovel. The judge that's going to be overseeing Hunter's groveling. The pretend elephant attorneys called him, asking if they could strike a deal. Okay, Hunter already has a deal. He's like he's groveling about misdemeanors instead of the real nasty stuff. And now his attorneys are pretending to be elephant attorneys? Isn't impersonation against the law? I mean, that's like total identity theft. Don't they need to be prosecuted for that? And since they admit to it, I mean, the prosecution those attorneys need to be taken off the case. And they just basically have to, those attorneys need to be taken off the case. And a new set of attorneys need to be brought on. So when a new set of attorneys come in to defend Hunter, that's going to be delayed quite a while, and they may have to find out all this new evidence that's against him. So this actually gives the good people more time to dig up more evidence against Hunter. So basically, these donkey attorneys who pretended to be elephant attorneys just sunk his current case. And if they go into the courtroom today, I hope that judge kicks them out. And now Hunter has no representation. So, yeah. It's funny. It's getting more comical as the days go by. Especially Jojo is trying to do a bait and switch and make us focus on what he's doing because, Texas is trying to protect our border with the floating buoys. They're trying to prevent these guys who have been released from the Ecuadorian prisons. They put in these buoys along the Rio Grande to prevent people coming over. That's how come they get called. That's why I call them wetbacks, because they have to swim across a river. wet back, you know, you get wet being in a river swimming. So yeah, the Jojo people are trying to switch our focus onto Texas being big and bad when they're actually just trying to fill up the news cycle with stupid stuff so people aren't heard about Hunter's business partner Archer the Canary singing and the stuff that's coming out of the Big Red Sea. Now we know that the party favors that these people are bringing in strapped to their bodies are manufactured in the Big Red Sea. And we know the Big Red Sea is also being a real bully to little Taiwan. We know that Taiwan may have to ask us for help. But unfortunately, Jojo gave all our pow pow and boom booms to the blue and yellow flag country because the Z guy wanted it. And right now, we're at an all-time low. And the donkeys don't want to pass the bill that would provide funding so that America can make good Americans can manufacture more of the pow pows and the boom booms. The donkeys don't want that funding bill to pass. And we know that Jojo's going to veto it, so then it has to go back and has to be overridden. The veto has to be overridden because the donkeys are like affirmative action to the wazoo, up the wazoo. But if you're going to go work in a factory that manufactures pow pows and boom booms, you have to pass a test that makes sure that your body is free of all party favors. And I don't mean just a pee-pee test. I mean they're going to cut a chunk of your hair. They're going to go in from the root and examine all the way out. And if you shave your head, they're going to take the hair from other places of your body. Yeah, dudes. Hair from your groin area, even the hairs on your arm can show proof. And if you don't have enough hair on your body to prove it, they may remove a fingernail or toenail to make sure that you don't play with party favors that came illegally here from China. And a lot of the affirmative action people like to play with those party favors. So the donkeys are upset that this funding bill will not provide jobs for their demographic. Okay, I hope people can understand that. Yeah, the other thing that's going on with the Big Red Sea is, thank goodness I listened to that stupid woke radio station that is like the equivalent to PBS in your hometown. Okay, the guy that was their foreign minister is now not to be seen. And the guy that used to be the foreign minister is now back in his old slot. Now, the guy that was foreign minister that nobody has seen around in a while, he actually, for a long time, he was the Big Red Sea's ambassador to the United States. And people in Washington are saying that the guy was a total pushy snot. I mean, that's the nicest thing I can say about him. He was a bully. He was pushy. He was just a bad dude all around. Well, rumor is saying that the guy had a mistress. And this mistress worked for this Phoenix television station. Now remember, she went to school in the Big Red Sea, but then went to do some more education at the universities, colleges located in Cambridge, England. go back, do your homework. A lot of the Cold War double agents all came out of the universities and colleges located in Cambridge, England. Could this be what this woman was? And here she's having an affair with this guy that was like the Big Red Sea's ambassador to the United States. And then he became the foreign minister. And he's the dude that was talking with Lincoln. Okay? Now, recently, this dude has been replaced by his predecessor. And his little side chick, this TV host who was all over social media and actually posting pictures of the offspring that she had with this guy. It was all over social media. Both of them have now disappeared into thin air. Uh-huh. Are they out hanging out at the same work camps as the Uyghurs? Yeah. Just like the guys back in the 30s, 40s with the lightning bolts on their shoulders. If you were doing something back then that they didn't like, you kind of disappeared forever. I think this guy that was the former ambassador, former foreign minister, and his side piece and their kid have gone bye-bye and across the Rainbow Bridge. This is also being hidden from the public media. I had to poke around for it. Thank goodness, yeah, I lived in a lot of places and I basically learned a lot of languages, so I don't understand all of it, and thank goodness there's a feature to adjust your playback settings. I admit it, for some people, yeah, because I don't have the time to listen to everything. Go ahead. I adjust the playback to 1.75. And if you want to do that for mine, go for it. 150, 1.5, 1.75. It's fine. If you go to the 2.0, unless you like listening to chipmunks, yeah, feel free to adjust the playback speed. And I do when I want to listen to certain things in different languages that I haven't actively spoken in like decades. So I do. I poke around a lot. Now for the BRF. Okay, when you start seeing photographs that are used on different channels and stuff, always look down in the bottom right and left corners and you'll see courtesy of. They'll have like Getty images, they'll have backgrid, so you know that those pictures were taken by certain groups of people. And a lot of photos that have been being published of Camilla lately, they all say Getty images. Don't forget, little Rachel was having private business conversations with Gordon Getty. Gordon Getty owns Getty Images. What is this chickie poo trying to do? I think she was, okay, some people are saying she was trying to get Gordon Getty to promote her for public office. But she's too fond of that Duchess title. I keep thinking she was trying to get him to set up a couple kids as permanent photos. Get kids under contract to be the perpetual photo images of the alleged offspring. That's what I think she's doing. Other people are saying, no, she was being nice to him because he was the major fundraiser for Gruesome Newsome. I think it has more to deal with the photos. Yeah. And, but we just don't know. And also in California, there is a law that has been passed stating that offspring of celebrities, of people who, people who are celebrities, who are members of like the Writers Guild, Screen Actors Guild, if they go out with their children, that clear images of the children can't be sold or cannot be published because it's a law violation unless the parents give written permission. It's very ironic that clear views of the faces of supposed alleged children always show up. So by California law, that just proves that all pictures, those pictures of the alleged children, mysterious children, they were approved by Henry and Rachel. Okay? And word's gone out that the reason why we haven't been seeing too much of Rachel is that all of her nonsense. Now, she's a member of the Screen Actors Guild. If she goes out and starts talking about stuff and promoting this and promoting that, that's a violation of the strike agreement of the Screen Actors Guild. And if she goes out and starts talking off out of her anus, she might lose her SAG membership. And right now, I think it's like $27,000 a year she has to make on a union project to keep their health insurance. Yeah. Yeah, she needs that Screen Actors Guild card because she needs to make about $30,000 a year, between $27,000 and $50,000 a year, because it's through her that their health insurance is paid. Okay? So yeah, she has to be following the orders of the strike agreement, the Screen Actors Guild strike agreement. That's why she's hiding out right now. And William Morris Endeavor is just sitting back and watching her do stupid shit. Oops. Sorry. But you know what? Henry's also been told through private means, stop talking trash about your family. Because, it's now coming out that Catherine, she's tired of being bullied by these clowns. Henry and Rachel better watch out because you know what? Uncle Gary may do an interview. And we all know that Uncle Gary loves his niece. Uncle Gary has no blood or legal connection to his niece's husband and his extended family. So Uncle Gary can come out and call out who the two people that he calls Muppets. Yeah, so let's see what Uncle Gary has to say. Now, I've got some more surprise news for you. I have been in communication with another channel creator, and tomorrow, which is Thursday, I will be filming an interview with him. I don't know the exact date that it's going to be broadcast. I will find that out and let you know ASAP. But I am going to be a guest on the channel, The Chaos Report. Yes, The Chaos Report. THE what is it? Come on. Am I losing my brain cells? Yeah, it's The Chaos Report, and it's I think you know how to spell everything. I'll put a link to it down in the description so everyone can watch it, and I'll put the link in the comments today, in today's comments, because I still have the link in there for Mystical Fortunes, the wonderful double video we did. So until we've got, I know the play dates of the Chaos Report chat, then I will put those in the box also. But for now, I'll put the link to the Chaos Report and his other channel too. So I'll put that in a pinned comment today. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. So I want, and because of circumstances, people have asked me, yes, I have now put in, actually, you're going to buy me a cream soda. Yeah, do I have one handy? Here. Here you go. Can you see it? Yeah, I think you can tell by the can what brand I buy. But yeah, so if you want to buy me a cream soda, feel free to. The link is in the description box. So I hope everybody has a great, wonderful day. Yeah, today is Wednesday the 26th. The next video goes up Friday the 28th. So yeah, I'm finished filming. It's about 10:30 in the morning. So once this is done, I'm going to go back and start watching what's going on with Jojo's Kid Hunter. So everybody have a great evening. Play safe today, tomorrow. Be careful of the thunderstorms in the Midwest. And I'll be talking with you on Friday. Bye-bye.